Hello, my little readers. Today I will tell you a story about human love. I hope you enjoyed it. In a perfectly ordinary family, a boy was born who was anything but ordinary. He looked at the world with wonder, and everything around him seemed beautiful. Sunlight glinting on flower petals, the gentle hum of bees, ants tracing their tiny paths across the ground. He could watch it all for hours without ever growing tired. People thought he was strange. "He's not of this world," they whispered. But they didn't stop him. He ran, wandered, and explored in his own way, following his own rhythm. The only thing that troubled the adults was that death never saddened the boy. While others mourned and wept, he would walk to the cemetery with a quiet smile. One day, he slipped away from the adults' eyes and sat by an old gravestone. Ants crawled by, carefully avoiding twigs and stones, building their tiny trails as if following invisible rules. A girl approached. At first he didn't notice her. After a pause, she asked softly, a little puzzled, "Aren't you afraid of me? Most people run away." He looked at her and smiled. "No, you're beautiful," he said. Then he went on talking about what he saw, the ants, the flowers, the sunlight glinting on the stones. She listened, resting her chin on her hand, quietly smiling. From that day on, the boy often ran away to the cemetery to meet her. They sat together in silence, sharing observations and a calm that seemed possible only among stones and shadows. The adults hardly noticed, though something about it unsettled them. Time passed. The girl disappeared. The boy grew up, went to college, and became ordinary in the eyes of others. But inside him a quiet longing remained. Eventually he realized who she truly was, and he realized he loved her. But sorrow had filled his heart, and when sorrow grows too deep, people make mistakes. He made his. When he was at the edge, the girl returned. Now an adult, the same age as him, she held his hand and said, "I love you too, but you've done something you shouldn't. I have to take you with me." Tears glimmered in her eyes, though she shouldn't have wept. And since she could not break the most important rule, she did what she could. She created a new life, combining a part of herself with a part of his strength. When the boy opened his eyes, he saw her sad face, but in her hands she held a small bundle and passed it to him. "This child is born of life and death," she said. "He has never existed before, but he will die in the future, and in doing so, he saves you now." From that moment on, the boy always felt her presence beside him, quiet and alive. In the child's eyes, in his laughter, in every day, a warm part of her was felt, and life went on. Without words, the boy understood that a part of the one he loved had remained here. She lived nearby, quietly and constantly, through laughter, glances, and every shared moment. And someday, they would meet again for the last time. The end.